Basketball was everything to me, and I didn't know anything else. So I made my first junior Australian team when I was 15, so I was already entrenched in basketball, and I just wanted to be the best player that I could. And I was lucky enough to play overseas, so there was always something exciting to look forward to, and I just had that passion in me. The '96 Olympics, where we won the bronze medal, so the first medal basketball had ever won at an Olympics, was incredible. Everything, it's the lead up to getting there, and then actually standing on the dais was amazing. And then in 2000, because I'd been dropped from the team 2 years previously, I had to fight so hard to get back on the team. So just to make that was an absolute highlight. The competition, so looking forward to it, to seeing players just being able to play and enjoy the game and just bring their best. I think it's going to be really exciting because even though the players know each other, a lot of them, they haven't played together. So it's going to be great to see how they play individually, but also play together as a team and how they put it all together. Yeah, it's an absolute honour to have the tournament named after me. I think the tournament is about the players, it's about the athletes and them just being able to do what they do best and enjoy the competition. And for me to play a small part in that, and if I can help them in any way be better, then that's just super exciting for me.
Good evening on this lovely Saturday night to Sydney Uni Sports and Aquatic Centre for the second semi-final of the Shelley Gorman Invitational between the Aces and the Mystics. My name is Lockie France, alongside me is Rachel Herrick. And Rachel, if we look at the Aces lineup, some star quality here. We've got Cassidy McLean, Michaela Domkins, Matilda Jane McDonald, Jasmine Forcadilla, Lauren Nicholson, Courtney West, Rachel Mampar, Kira McCatter, Gina Vallis and Lauren Calver. They're coached by Shelley Bates and the assistants is Joanne Nicholson. And I think, Rachel, can't go past Lauren Nicholson as the star player of this Aces lineup.
No, you're absolutely, you're not wrong there. And look, she's had a great tournament thus far and in the first couple of games. And look, she's coming off the back of a wonderful WNBL season, so I'm sure that that form will most definitely translate into today.
And looking at the Mystics, more absolute stars in New South Wales basketball with Abigail Curtin, Sydney Uni Flame star Alison Schwagmeyer, Kate Seabom, Shanae Greaves, Cherie Kalea, Danica Rowe, Lauren Walker, Rhiannon Davies, Ellie Carroll and Olivia White. Their coach, Christy Boltitude, and their assistant is Lara Schultz. And what can we say about Alison Schwagmeyer? She can do it all out there on offense. Yeah,
no, she really is. And she's got the ability to be just an absolute offensive juggernaut. Like she's has the ability to light it up from anywhere on the floor. So I'm really looking forward to that battle between a matchup that could be possibly between herself and Lauren Nicholson or many of the other scorers that the Aces do have. But look, the Mystics have been impressive so far, and look, they've certainly they're a well-balanced team across the floor, from guards right through to some really great bigs, of course, with Sydney Flames own Shanae Greaves, and you know, it'll be a great matchup across the floor today, that's for sure.
And we'll now turn to the game format, because we are instituting the Elam ending. So the game will be played in 8-minute quarters, and at the first dead ball under 3 minutes in the fourth quarter, the game clock will be shut off. At that point, 7 points are added to the leading team score to give the final score, and the first team to reach that final score wins. So if the score is 55-50, At 3 minutes to play, 7 points added to that leading team's 55, and we will play first to 62. And Rachel, I think what we're trying to do here is ensure that we see a game of flowing basketball right into the end.
Absolutely, and that would be ideal. Like, you'd think that teams that can hang around within like 5-7 points towards the end of the game is in there with the chance. So not only is the outcome to be leading at that time, but I guess if you're down, but try and bridge that gap before the 3 minute mark, because once that 3 minute and the clock stops, traditionally in basketball, Lockie, that, you know, the clock usually is a team that's in front's friend, that you can wind the clock down and you know, use it to your advantage. But once the clock is absolutely stopped, then there's you know, you're only solely relying on your ability to get points on the board, but also to stop the other team.
Well, with the teams just heading to the benches, we will cut to a quick break and rejoin you for all the first half action.
Oh, these new hoist recliners are pretty comfy, hey.
Yeah, I feel like I'm floating on a cloud.
I feel like I'm resting my feet on a panda's belly.
I feel like I am a panda's belly.
I feel like an alien swaddled in a blanket.
I feel like I'm being held by King Kong's leathery hand.
Well, I feel like the song More Than a Feeling was written about this feeling that I'm feeling right now.
Same.
Extra comfy recliners are the new normal at Hoyts. Book now.
Basketball was everything to me, and I didn't know anything else. So I made my first junior Australian team when I was 15, so I was already entrenched in basketball, and I just wanted to be the best player that I could. And I was lucky enough to play overseas, so there was always something exciting to look forward to, and I just had that passion in me. The 96 Olympics, where we won the bronze medal, so the first medal basketball had ever won at an Olympics was incredible. Everything, it's the lead up to getting there, and then actually standing on the dais was amazing. And then in 2000, because I'd been dropped from the team 2 years previously, I had to fight so hard to get back on the team. So just to make that was an absolute highlight. The competition, so looking forward to it, to seeing players just being able to play and enjoy the game and just bring their best. I think it's going to be really exciting because even though the players know each other, a lot of them, they haven't played together. So it's going to be great to see how they play individually, but also play together as a team and how they put it all together. Yeah, it's an absolute honour to have the tournament named after me. I think the tournament is about the players, it's about the athletes and them just being able to do what they do best and enjoy the competition. And for me to play a small part in that, and if I can help them in any way be better, then that's just super exciting for me.
So, back for the opening tip of this game between the Mystics and the Aces. Both teams looking to reach the grand final. Courtney West and Sinead Greaves contesting the tip. And it will be Cassidy McLean to get things started for the Aces, defended by defensive juggernaut Kate Seabomb.
Sure is. I love that description, Lockie. She certainly is a defensive juggernaut, that is for sure. And the Mystics coming up with the first stop there.
Curtin looking for space, doesn't find it. Kicks back to Schwagmeyer, who drains the three to open the evening scoring.
Look, and that's what she's certainly got the ability to do there, Lockie, and great start for her personally, I'm sure.
100%.
Oh my goodness.
Well, if this turns into a Nicholson versus Schwagmeyer battle, it's certainly going to be entertaining.
Oh my God! I was literally just about to say that, oh, there goes the signs. No, I was literally just about to say Nicholson's 2 points look like quite easy in a walk in the park, but look, both players have certainly come out and trying to spur their team on, and as we just adjust the signage on the side there, Lockie.
Tom Garlett just adjusting the furniture after Schwagmeyer's little mishap as she tried to save the ball. Nicholson now, defended by Danica Rowe, finds Manpar. And these teams are hot at the offensive end early. As the Mystics try to get it down court quickly through Curtin.
Oh my God!
Bang!
Goodness me, we've seen a very hot start in the first minute and a half here, Lockie.
We have indeed. 9-4 Mystics early. Nicholson can't quite get the finish. Seabomb just able to hold on to the ball. Schwagmeyer. Shot's blocked though, and Nicholson will come away with it. Both these teams love to run. There will be a foul there as Nicholson just gets into the paint. Foul will go on Seabomb. Don't think that'll be too much to worry about. She's if there's someone who can defend well without picking up too many fouls, it's Kate Seabomb.
Absolutely, and she's a seasoned campaigner. I know in the Waratah League this year in New South Wales, we're debating do we rename the Defensive Player of the Year to the Kate Seabomb Award.
Hashtag rename it.
Absolutely, Lockie. And Nicholson helps herself to another 2 points as Curtin from deep gets the top of the backboard, and
Courtney West just grabbing the loose ball, and Nicholson finding Cassidy McLean. Manpar guarded by Curtin. Puts it up. Can't make it go.
Oh, stop it.
Danica
Oh my God!
Danica Rowe with just a genius idea to dish it back to the Schwagmeyer. nails the three.
That's an incredible start there. I know we're not keeping stats here, but that's her third three, nice and early. And
it's all the points have come from beyond the arc for the Mystics so far.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know we briefly touched on it last game, Lockie, is that, you know, the format of this is that these players have never really played as a team before, but what we are seeing is that players just being authentic in themselves and not having to worry about, I mean, they are playing within a team structure, Lockie, but they're able just to bring what they bring best to a team, and you know, it's very all-star vibes, and I really like it.
And I think if you think about these players, they're all elite level players, and elite level players they learn about opponents really quickly, but that also translates to new teammates. You can pick up on what your new teammates do and very quickly learn how to work to their strengths. Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, as we speak of Kate Seabom, that might be a second foul there. But yes.
Look, I think in some way, shape or form, if these players aren't from New South Wales, they're certainly residing here and playing basketball here at the moment. So arguably they've either played National League here, the the Waratah 1 women, Youth League women or something. That so they're all familiar, have either grown up playing together. So you have some idea what they're about, but it's just flat out basketball. It's like you come together as a team and you've got the ability to either let's just play as a team and get some points on the board, but equally let's get some stops as well.
That's right.
I'm a big fan of this format, Lockie.
Me too. Another foul. This one on Shanae Greaves as Cherie Kalea comes in for Kate Seabom. Jasmine Forcadilla spells Central Coast teammate Rachel Manpar.
There we go. There's a bit of a combo right there.
Another Central Coast player, Danica Rowe. Schwagmeyer trying to get the best of Nicholson. The foul will go on Courtney West, I think. Yes, it will. Coach
Shelley Bates is begging with the referee. She's obviously instructed her players to come out and play hard, because why not? It'd be remiss of us not to mention here, Lockie, what the players are playing for. Not only a spot in the grand final, but they're also playing for some cash with the winning team tomorrow, taking home $10,000.
That's right, and the runners-up getting a cash prize of their own. So, you know, you really want to make the grand final as Forcadilla buries the three.
And teams, you know, when you're going to a tournament, you're often playing for a trophy, but it's quite unique that they're playing for cold, hard cash this time.
That's right. And Jasmine Forcadilla, bit of history going off in semi-finals. Waratah League this year, 30 points. That will stay on the floor. Foul well before Dompkins made the shot.
Yeah, Dompkins a little bit quick there for Kurt. Just got past Curtin there, but I really like the intensity as well, that the officials in most cases have generally let the players play. We have seen quite a physical game, but hey, that's a great brand of basketball, so it's certainly been really exciting to watch.
Forcadilla now guarded by Kalea. Thinks about the three, instead gives it off to Courtney West, who finds Lauren Cower, who can't get it up, but Greaves was standing on the line, and it will be considered possession, so they will reset the shot clock. Courtney West can't quite corral that one, and Kalea will come away with it and find a wide open Danica Rowe, but the basket will not count, with Kalea barreling into Lauren Nicholson after making the pass, and Nicholson drawing the charge.
Sure did. Good heads-up play though, but
100%.
Just a little bit too much aggression there, according to the officials.
Forcadilla taking over at the point now. And she will find Courtney West. That was pretty.
Courtney West has had a great tournament thus far, and look, I think we'll probably say that about most players, really, Lockie. But look, she's been a great presence and a great target inside for the Aces, that's for sure. Ball last off the Aces, and it will be Mystics' ball.
Schwagmeyer looking to take over here. Nicholson goes with her. But Schwagmeyer too good for the Aces defense. The Mystics looking good at this stage. Tompkins finds Nicholson. But again, the Mystics come away with it. Even without Kate Seabom on court.
Oh my gosh!
Schwagmeyer again, and it's out to a 21-11 advantage for the Mystics here. And even without Kate Seabom on the court, the Mystics still doing a really good job of getting stops.
Look, they really are, and Seabom is going to enter back in the court along with Rachel Manpar. She's going to give Courtney Rest a quick spell. But yeah, it's a quick 10-point lead out here, Lockie. Of course, we are keeping our eye out for the, without getting too ahead of ourselves, but we're wanting to make sure the margin doesn't get too far ahead.
That's right.
Of the fourth quarter.
Manpar just leaves that one short and just barrels out of it just in time. That one just away. Calvin with the rebound. Finds Tompkins. Get the ball up quickly to Nicholson, who'll look to get things going here. That's a good finish. Expect nothing less from the Opal squad member.
No, and I mean, they're not going to be too discouraged by the early lead here. Like, the ever professionals will come out and do their thing. But whack. What a shot there from Abby Curtin.
Yeah, they're going to want to do a bit more than keep pace from now on, though. We're going to start chipping away at it.
No, you're absolutely right. Strong rebound there from Sinead Greaves.
Kalea with options. Finds Seabom. Kicks back to Curtin.
Travel.
And that will be a travel. I think Manpar did get her on the arm, but definitely put the foot down first.
I think so, and that was just a bit of pressure and great defensive pressure and a stop there for the Aces.
Nicholson now spies a gap. Can't get it to fall. It's Greaves decides bringing the ball up court's the best way to do it. And Schwagmeyer can't quite get the finish. Second time's the charm.
I really like that aggressive rebound there from Greaves and just then busting out dribbling. She had many people trying to get a piece of the pie and hack her a bit at the arm, but another 2 points.
Final opportunity here for the Aces. Calva, she want to get rid of it. Out to Falcadilla. Buries the three.
I don't think we can ever...
It's off target, but I don't think it would have counted anyway. But the Mystics, definitely the happier of the two teams, leading 25-16 after a quarter of play.
No, you're not wrong, and I don't think we can ever really rule the Aces out at the moment, Lockie, and these games, 8-minute quarters, time's passing very quickly, but it's certainly not over with 3 more quarters to play.
100%. We'll cut to a quick break and be back with you for all the second quarter action.
These new hoist recliners are pretty comfy, hey.
Yeah, I feel like I'm floating on a cloud.
I feel like I'm resting my feet on a panda's belly.
I feel like I am a panda's belly.
I feel like an alien swaddled in a blanket.
I feel like I'm being held by King Kong's leathery hand.
Well, I feel like the song More Than a Feeling was written about this feeling that I'm feeling right now.
Same.
Extra comfy recliners are the new normal at Hoyts. Book now.
Back for the second quarter here between the Mystics and the Aces, and we just heard Alison Schwagmeyer's already passed the 20-point mark.
Goodness me, I mean, the first quarter went by so quick, Lockie. I think we just sat here just to try and recall and take it all in. But impressive feat so far, and can't wait to see what the rest of the game brings, really.
It's not only has she outscored an opposition that scored 16 points, she's also scored 80% of her own team's points, and they've put 25 on the board.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I think on paper, many would suggest the Aces would be the favourites, but you need a big performance, and now comes Alison Schwagmeyer to, I think we've got a lot of people might be starting to heat up some humble pie.
No, you're right, and I think, but we said at the top, the Mystics have got a great all-round balance between guards right through to bigs, and they're certainly proving. I mean, Schwagmeyer's performance has really helped, but as a team, they're certainly playing really well.
Kira McCatter into the game, goes up the O board, gets fouled, and will go to the line for two. As Olivia White checks in for Shanae Greaves.
And for the Mystics, number 13, Olivia White.
Wouldn't get me going into the paint against Olivia White, I can tell you that for sure and certain.
Yeah. No, she's certainly a very physical, strong player. So she connects for 1 point there.
Schwagmeyer again to Olivia White, and here's Lauren Walker. Schwagmeyer guarded by Nicholson. Great work by Nicholson on defense here. The pass.
Straight to Shelley Bates. Unfortunately, she's just not on the court, but and for the other team. But is that a bit of a tactic there? Shelley's in the corner,
Stand
ready for a pass.
Stand really close to the sideline. Main part. Nicholson does everything but secure the pass.
Playing a bit of aerial ping pong there, just to try and keep possession of the ball.
Aaron Walker to Curtin, who'll pull up.
Woo-hoo!
They are shooting the lights out.
Gosh, their 3-point spree absolutely continues here.
Curtin with knocked down a couple alongside all the Schwagmeyer Belgers, and a foul there on main par as Liv White comes up with the ball.
Carroll's checking in here for Lauren Walker.
Domkins checking out. Courtney West into the game, and Cassidy McLean alongside McCadden, Nicholson and Forcadilla picking up Kate Seabomb here. Curtin again, this time guarded a lot more closely, but finds some room, can't quite get this one to fall. Schwagmeyer now. And Nicholson comes away with it, finds McCatter. And Nicholson this time barreling in after passing, and the basket will not count.
Offensive foul.
a little unlucky there, and she's certainly asking the question, but
she's been...
what will be, will be.
She's had one go in her favour and one go against her now in those exact same situations.
50-50.
Ellie Carroll. Liv White with the mid-ranger, can't go. Abby Curtin grabs the O board, drops it in, and this is starting to become a dangerous margin for the Aces. They're down by 13. Courtney West going to work.
Foul call there on White.
Mystics foul. Number 13, Olivia White. That's her first.
Nicholson to inbounds from the baseline. Courtney West. Ball goes through hands. Well, McLean puts it on the floor. Finds McCatter, but it goes out of bounds. Just a bit disjointed from the Aces at the moment, do you feel?
Things sort of aren't really going their way at the moment, and they've certainly had some good games, but look, it's not really anything outrageous. Lockie, you know, these girls have never played before, and we've said it a couple of times, but look, at the end of the day, it's I think that the shooting form of the Mystics is just obviously keeping them well in front of them at the moment.
Definitely. I mean, obviously all these players can shoot, but doing it this well, can it last? Oh, that's not what you want if you're Shelley Bates.
They might call that on McCatter though first.
But
no, they will.
And it's still a foul with 1 second on the shot clock, and that's
just a little bit of an elbow or a shoulder to the chin there of Schwagmeyer. But you are right, Lockie. We are looking roughly. They're flirting dangerously with a bit of a bigger lead here, but the Aces will need to just find a way to lock down these hot shooters from the Mystics and then find a way to get some points on the board.
Danica Rowe now using the screen from Curtin. Nicholson now pulls up, leaves it short, but Courtney West
same
right
team.
there. Fortunately, they got it without knocking it away from each other. Bocadilla trying to find Nicholson, who was staying on the arc, and now Schwagmeyer away again for two more to add to her already impressive total. And Shelley Bates is going to want to talk about it. It's now 32-17 to the Mystics with 4:20 remaining in this first half.
Yeah, they'll need to discuss some defensive tactics here, but to try and stop the bleeding as such from the Mystics.
And what we've seen from the Mystics is every time Schwagmeyer's got this ball on the left wing, they brought a screen to try and keep Nicholson out of the game, and it's worked really well for them.
Yeah, no, it's a really good heads-up play from the Mystics, but they're certainly not out of it here, and I'm sure we'll see them come back.
I'm sure we will, but it's been really good for the Mystics to recognise that they've got some great screen setters, Greaves and White. Why not use them?
Absolutely, and that's what you've got to do, Lockie, in bringing these teams together and putting the pieces of the puzzle together. You've got to be able to just identify what the strengths really quite quickly of what people do, what can everyone bring to the table quickly, and they're just such a well-balanced team for mine that, like, from guards right through to bigs, they've got everything that they need.
They really do.
And fortunately for them, Lockie, they're really cohesive. I mean, they didn't have a game yesterday, so they've played 2 games already today, whereas the Aces played their 2 games yesterday. So maybe that's a bit of a factor, that they've played 2 games, so the Mystics are humming already, whereas the Aces have had the day off, basically, because they played their 2 games last night.
And you hear, when you talk as Focadilla just gets to the basket, you hear junior nationals players talk about it. They like the 2 games a day because you don't have time to rest and get sore. You just keep going and playing through it.
But you're right, the Aces have had a little bit more rest during the day today, but maybe it's just disrupted their cohesion that they had yesterday.
Yeah, whereas the Mystics just roll on and on and on. So we might see later in the game, as a second ball comes onto the court from the game of social basketball on court 2, Score in that game 25-16.
For those watching at home.
As Forcadilla looking to continue her good form to start this game. Pass not there inside, so Domkins will fire away. And that will be out of bounds after the ball hits the fabric strap on the top of the basket. Had a few of those this weekend.
Yeah, we really have.
It'd be a bit annoying coming away with a defensive rebound, looking to push the pace, and all of a sudden you've got an out of bounds on a ball hitting something that doesn't really make a difference to where it's going.
That's right. The Aces look like they're in a bit of a zone here, Lockie, to mix it up defensively as Jasmine Forcadilla got the deflection, if you like, off Olivia White as she took her on in the low post.
You know, maybe that's just what they've got to do, mix it up, get the Mystics out of their rhythm. And you'll often hear coaches talk about that in timeouts. If they come out in a zone, we'll do this. If they come out in a man, we'll do that. Because you know that out of a timeout, they're going to be talking about defenses.
Absolutely. No, you're not wrong there. As Olivia White gets her second foul and will take a rest, as will Kate Seabom. Aces ball from just 3 minutes left to go in this second quarter, Lockie. These quarters are absolutely breezing by.
They are. The team's playing such fast-paced basketball, and the 8-minute quarters, things happen very quickly. Forcadilla thinks about it, instead pulls it out, waits for the screen from West.
Oh, nice.
Buries another three, and it's back to a 10-point deficit.
Just what they needed.
Curtin with the mid-ranger, can't get it to fall. A chance to cut the margin to single digits. Courtney West.
Oh, nice.
Cassidy McLean.
Oh.
And it can't quite fall for the Nova Castrian.
Great pass, though.
It really was.
As the Aces are in this zone still, as
Greaves, just that physicality, rode a bit of contact,
and
used the glass to get it in. Nicholson now looking to take over.
Looking to get the same love, but it's not getting anything back as Courtney West picks up the scraps and gets herself 2 points.
Great work, cleaning up from her Sutherland teammates' miss. Curtin again, pulling up.
She's just got the ball on a string at the moment, but the Aces need to know that where she is at all times because that's just too easy.
It really is, and she was shooting from three earlier, and now she's hitting the mid-range. She'll take away one shot, and she'll just hit whatever else they give her.
Yeah, they look like they're back in their man-to-man, but they just need to know where their players are, so perhaps a bit of a breakdown in communication.
Schwagmeyer out on the break, earns a trip to the line. It was unlikely to go in, but the fact she was even able to get a shot off from that position was outstanding work from the Flames star.
Yeah, Cassidy McLean not sure where that foul was, but
just having a bit of a laugh with Shelley Bates there on that one. But
look, I'm not saying I don't disagree because you know what, the Aces are taking the ball hard to the rack at the other end and just aren't quite getting the same calls, and maybe the game will turn around in the second half as it often does, goes in, swings in roundabouts, if that's the saying, whatever it is. But look, the Aces just need to ride this out. They're not getting much love, but they also just need to, what they can control is getting some stops and also getting some points. And that's a great move there from Domkins.
That's right, just physical battle there. And great work, getting on the floor, scrapping for it. That's exactly what you want to see. That's veteran leadership.
That's a veteran Domkins move as well, diving on the ball and winning possession for a team, and that's what a team needs right now.
Especially heading into the final minute, if they can get this down to 9 or 10, just get one more stop before the half finishes, the Aces, they'll feel they're right back in this.
Oh, nice. Courtney West.
Courtney West just using that height, that wingspan.
Oh.
Oh.
Nice one.
Very nice.
That's a tough battle down low between Courtney West and Rhiannon Davies. And look, she had to work really hard for those 2 points. And she's going to be rewarded and will head to the line to earn one more point. But this will break the 10-point lead.
Well.
And the curse. Oh, dear. Apologies.
And then Nicholson just reaching in. Just kind of laughs it off a bit. I don't think she's very happy with it, but...
No, it's her second personal.
But it also puts the Mystics in the bonus.
Yeah.
Curtin to the line to look to increase an already impressive tally. We'll hopefully get some word at half time exactly what that tally is, but it certainly is racking up quickly. She knocks down the second. 44 seconds to play here in this first half. 11-point game. Forcadilla.
Oh, nice.
Just turned it into a 2-for-1.
That was a nice heads-up play, and they'll, of course, it's about 11-second differential, so they'll certainly get the...
Although Kalea goes just as quickly. Davies able to get the rebound, but can only throw it to Forcadilla, who... Nice around the corner pass to Cassidy McLean.
I'll give that a round of applause, Lockie. I really like that.
That was beautiful, and now it's a 7-point difference. Schwagmeyer looking to set up for the final shot as the clock runs into single figures here. Steps through, can't find anything, and it's a tie-up. That
defense from the Aces there was like four players in their Black Aces jersey that came together to form a wall, and Schwagmeyer literally had absolutely nowhere to go.
I think everyone in the stadium knew that it was going to be Schwagmeyer's shot, so they collapsed. And now with 1.6 seconds on the clock, you can't take your timeouts with you, so Coach Christy Bolditude setting something up here to try and get a last-second basket.
Why not? 1.6 seconds. I reckon they're going to go to Schwagmeyer here, or maybe it might even be Kalea for the three, or Curtin for the three. She's knocked down a few already today.
Try. I think they'll be expecting Schwagmeyer, so maybe Curtin.
They might even get Curtin slashing to the basket, or even it could be any of the 5 players. Luckily, let's be honest.
Exactly. Well, I just think that they'll be expecting Schwagmeyer, so you go someone else. It's like Chicago Bulls. They expect MJ, so it's John Paxson.
That's it. Well, all I know is that the Aces are going to come out here, and they've done really quite well to chip the lead back under 10. It's a 7-point lead with 1.6 seconds to go in the second quarter. So we'll see what comes of it here.
There we go. It is Curtin.
Oh!
It's going to count.
What?
Wowee.
Oh, wow.
Just a subtle nod from each referee, and Schwagmeyer Belger with the late tip-in off the blocked Abby Curtin shot to take the halftime score to 41-32 in the Mystics' favour. We will cut to a break. We will rejoin you for the second half of this enthralling encounter.
Basketball was everything to me, and I didn't know anything else. So I made my first junior Australian team when I was 15, so I was already entrenched in basketball, and I just wanted to be the best player that I could. And I was lucky enough to play overseas, so there was always something exciting to look forward to, and I just had that passion in me. The 96 Olympics, where we won the bronze medal, so the first medal basketball had ever won at an Olympics, was incredible. Everything, it's the lead up to getting there, and then actually standing on the dais was amazing. And then in 2000, because I'd been dropped from the team 2 years previously, I had to fight so hard to get back on the team. So just to make that was an absolute highlight. The competition, so looking forward to it, to seeing players just being able to play and enjoy the game and just bring their best. I think it's going to be really exciting because even though the players know each other, a lot of them, they haven't played together. So it's going to be great to see how they play individually, but also play together as a team and how they put it all together. Yeah, it's an absolute honour to have the tournament named after me. I think the tournament is about the players, it's about the athletes and them just being able to do what they do best and enjoy the competition. And for me to play a small part in that, and if I can help them in any way be better, then that's just super exciting for me.
These new hoist recliners are pretty comfy, hey.
Yeah, I feel like I'm floating on a cloud.
I feel like I'm resting my feet on a panda's belly.
I feel like I am a panda's belly.
I feel like an alien swaddled in a blanket.
I feel like I'm being held by King Kong's leathery hand.
Well, I feel like the song More Than a Feeling was written about this feeling that I'm feeling right now.
Same.
Extra comfy recliners are the new normal at Hoyts. Book now.
Welcome back to the second half of the second semi-final of the Shelley Gorman Invitational, as Shelley herself just walks into the stadium. Although she has been here all day watching the action, as have we, and it has been spectacular, as has this game. 41-32, the Mystics lead, Rachel Herrick. What are the Aces going to have to do in the second half to cut into this margin?
Look, I feel like the Aces certainly got a bit of momentum back at the end of the second quarter there, but they just need to be able to stop Schwagmeyer with a hot hand. I know we're not counting points here, but I know Lockie did go have a quick sneaky look, and Schwagmeyer's leading the way at 27 points and Curtin's got 12. So they need to pay a bit of attention to those players. If they can get some stops, the Aces they're a bit disjointed, I think we felt, that they just weren't connecting on passes, which is totally okay, given that they only played 2 games together yesterday. So I think that, we've said it all game. If they can get some points on the board and get some stops, they'll be right back in simple 101 basketball, Lockie.
Get some stops and force someone other than Schwagmeyer and Curtin to beat you, because aside from, I think, one Sinead Greaves layup off the glass, they've scored all the points.
Which is crazy to think. Absolutely crazy.
As the opening pass goes astray, but is picked up by Cassidy McLean.
That was a bone-chilling screen there from Rach Manpar in the back court there.
Nicholson finds Courtney West, who has the ball just poked away, and Abby Curtin on a tear leaves Manpar in her wake. And Manpar a bit proppy getting up after that.
Yeah, it certainly was, and they're having a bit of a laugh down there in the low block, which is great to see, good sportsmanship. But
Lauren Nicholson
tidies it up and gets the 2 points.
I would not be surprised to see Nicholson turn extremely ruthless in this second half.
Yeah. Of course, so much to play for, but what?
Courtney West.
Goodness me.
Call her Legoland. More blocks than Legoland.
Oh dear.
Although
Courtney West just comes up short just there, but look, we certainly felt in the first half that the Aces were a little bit, not hard done by, but probably weren't getting the same calls that the Mystics were, and we wondered if their roundabout would change around. Doesn't look like it just yet, but we'll watch on with interest as Danica Rowe makes her way to the free throw line.
Credit to the Mystics, they are really going aggressively into the paint and leaving the officials with no option.
Couldn't agree with you more.
As Rowe knocks down a pair, and it's now 45-34 early in this third term.
The Mystics look like they're in a bit of some up the court pressure up the floor, so
Manpar looking for an option, finds McLean. Back to Manpar, it's off.
And I think what the Mystics are doing really well at the moment, Lockie, is forcing, Courtney West and Rachel Manpar have been some great contributors to this Aces team in their 2 games yesterday. So their defense at the moment with Greaves and Curtin is really just taking them out of that, which is really causing them some problems.
And here comes Curtin, finding Greaves and Schwagmeyer, who'll take on McLean. Decides against it. Is Kate Seabom. Danica Rowe wide open. The shot finds absolutely nothing but air. And here comes Nicholson. West from mid-range. Gets it to fall this time. It's back to 9-point difference.
The easiest 2 points she'll get all night.
But I think you'll find that those mid-ranges are coming about because the likes of Greaves and Olivia White and Curtin are preventing West and Manpar from getting a spot on the low block.
Absolutely, and it's putting a lot more pressure on, Nicholson, McLean and Domkins to score.
Schwagmeyer comes back up court. Stopped dead by Nicholson, but a good screen by Curtin.
And we've got bodies all over the floor here.
But eventually there is a foul called. And Olivia White will come into the game for Sinead Greaves. Whilst Jazz Fogadillo will come back in for Cassidy McLean. Rowe inbounding. White finds Curtin. Gets a step on main par. Can't get the mid-range to fall though, and Forcadillo will push up court. Sets for the three, thinks about it. Instead of Nicholson, pulls up for the deep two, and again that's short. Schwagmeyer.
Oh, nice Dave there from Nicholson. Just stops Schwagmeyer in her tracks.
Schwagmeyer trying to spin out of it, but there's no room to work with and the ball goes astray. Tompkins now, defended by Rowe. Feeds Manpar, who somehow feeds West in an unorthodox fashion. It ends up with Nicholson.
Takes it hard to the rack and comes up empty, sadly.
Jeez, I thought that was going to be a transition three from Abby Curtin. Although the way she's shooting today, you wouldn't blame her for trying something like that.
Absolutely not.
Great defense by Olivia White, just sticking a hand in there, and Schwagmeyer comes away with it.
Look, the Mystics D's been smothering and really is taking away their inside game at the moment.
It really is. Schwagmeyer finds a bit of space. Three won't fall. A rare miss from beyond the arc for Alison Schwagmeyer tonight.
It certainly is.
Manpar looking to continue this battle with Curtin and wins this round. Dropping it home, earning the and one. And we're looking at a potential 6-point deficit.
And that's it, Lockie. The Aces aren't that far behind. You know, they're only, potentially 6 points behind, and we'll certainly keep our eye on that margin for the fourth quarter. But they're hanging in there. They just need to find a way to get some points on the board and stop the Mystics.
Makes the most of the and one opportunity, and it's back to a two-possession contest. Liv White finds Kalea. Oh, nice pass, Cherie. White can't fall on either occasion. Schwagmeyer pulls up. I think that's also short. And the Aces come away with it, with the chance to cut the margin to 3 or 4 as Forcadilla just manages to secure the ball. There's a little bit rushed there, and then a poor pass.
Great hustle there by Rach Manpar to chase that rebound down and put that pressure on Kate Seabom as she got the steal, but
and I think that ball going out of bounds and a substitution is the best thing for both teams, so I think we just need
catch your breath. Absolutely. Of course, just 3 minutes left to play in these 8-minute quarters, Lockie. So it's quite fast-paced, and these time is absolutely flying by, that's for sure. Oh, looks good from here.
It did look good from here, but we are dead side onto it, so it's Curtin, hassled by Kira McCarter, who does unfortunately commit the foul and throws her hands up, but the referee not about to change their decision. Schwagmeyer again hustled by Mikado, who recovers well, plays some great defense. She's out on the perimeter and quickly dropped back in the paint, and Tompkins will come away. And earn a trip to the line, just sheer grit. Just kept driving, wasn't going to let the physicality of Olivia White bother her, and eventually earned a trip
Not at all.
charity stripe.
Not at all. And I can see Lauren Nicholson having a quick chat with the officials down there, and she's feeling a bit frustrated, and I can see it. Like, she's just not getting much love at the moment. But I guess that's what comes with being a prolific scorer and the superstar that she is. That she draws the defensive attention, and it's just that little bit harder.
So, first one goes down. As does the second. It's back to a 4-point contest. And I'm not really surprised to see this happen because the Mystics shooting that we saw in the first quarter couldn't keep up all night. They're still shooting at a reasonable clip as Tompkins is just able to reel this in. And it'll be a kicked ball.
I like the intent there for the Aces there. It was a good push pass there from Nicholson to Tompkins, and to almost finish the play off with a nice little bounce pass for a layup, but caught the foot of C-Bomb, and they'll get the ball here. But remarkably, Lockie, it's only a 4-point game with 2 minutes to play in the third.
100%, and the referee's just consulting with the bench. All in order. As Nicholson, defended by Schwagmeyer, gets a screen from Tompkins. It finds Mikado, who'll bomb away, and he'll come off the edge of the backboard and come away through Curtin, who's
good
really
D,
enjoying his physicality.
But Schwagmeyer
can't get it to fall. And Schwagmeyer
should go again.
That doesn't look good at all. I think she'll get up. Might just have been contact either on the floor or with the player. Floor
Just
wipers.
asking the floor wiper to come out and make a quick appearance. And
we do appreciate the work of all our volunteers here today, from the floor wipers to those manning the ticket table, and everyone involved really. And Rach, if you're Christy Bultitude right now, having watched your lead dwindle away, what are you thinking about talking about in the third quarter break?
Look, I think they just got to hang tough and more of the same, really. You know, you can't really put your finger on, like, there's I was about to say the Vegas. The Aces have just really, like, hung tough and ground their way back into this game. So they've just got to keep positive. They've got to stay on the front foot and keep being aggressive offensively, and more will come.
It can't quite fall for Curtin, but she'll get another opportunity, but she will dish to Kalea, who finds Greaves just off the block there. She'll go into the paint. Good move, and it will be called on Rachel Mampar. The call came a bit belatedly, but authoritative from the referee. I think he was waiting to see if any of the other officials would call it, and when none of them did, he took charge.
Yeah, I think you've got to call something there. There is something there, that's for sure. So
definitely. I think Mampar was more incredulous about the lateness of the call than whether it was correct or not. I think she thought she'd gotten away with something.
I think so too.
Greaves hits one but misses the second. Makata finds Forcadilla. Mampar. Forcadilla into the paint, finds Makata, uses the glass and can't get it to fall.
Yeah, a little unlucky there. And
Schwagmeyer brings it up court. Curtin into Greaves.
Tough D there from the Aces, and what's really letting the Aces down at the moment is their their defensive rebounding. The Aces are just Mystics. Sorry, I can't even get my words out. The Mystics are just getting far too easy second, third chances, and that's just what's really keeping them in the game at the moment.
100%. This shot from Forcadilla could have cut it to a 2-point margin, but with that offensive board, the best they could do is get it back within 4. We head into the final 30 seconds of the third quarter. Greaves now, Curtin. Wow.
Another road board there for the Mystics.
And they'll now they'll be able to run the clock down to the final 3 seconds. So you think this will be the last real offensive action of the quarter. Low. Nicholson throws it up. It's just short. And the third quarter will end with the score at 48-41. Mystics leading, and we're set for an absolute classic in this final term. And we'll cut to a quick break and come back with that final quarter as these teams look to fight for a grand final spot. Welcome back for the fourth quarter of this great semi-final where we will see the Elam ending. We talked about this before the game, just a refresher. So at the first dead ball, under 3 minutes in this final quarter, the game clock will be shut off. 7 points will then be added to the leading team's score at that time, and this will give a final score, a target score that both teams are playing to. So if it's 55-50, we'll add 7 to that score of 55 and we'll play to 62. First team to 62 wins and books their spot in the grand final. And what we're trying to do here is preserve a natural flow to the game, stop teams from fouling to stop the clock in a close game, trying to get stops, get buckets and play some more natural basketball in the final throws of the game. As the Mystics look to increase their advantage on this opening possession. Schwagmeyer Belger with the ball at the top of the arc. Curtin, she's been spectacular. Can't get that one to fall. Courtney West comes away with the rebound. Finds McLean. She's got Nicholson. Goes up, drops it in, and we're back to a 5-point margin.
Yeah, big bucket there, Lockie, and of course we will keep one eye on the scoreboard because that cuts the margin just back to 5. So I guess the ideal margin, going into the last 3 minutes, if you're going to be down, is anywhere between 4 and 6 points because it's somewhat achievable and keeps that scoreboard pressure on. But we'll make sure we keep an eye on that as turnover for the Aces, and probably a bit of a hospital pass there for Cassidy McLean, making it really difficult to catch with 2 players on her. Great ball movement there from the Mystics, and
Greaves with the foul on McLean. All's fair. And you can't let it get too far away because the leading team only needs 3 baskets. So if you're 7 points behind, you've got to make 6 shots. You've got to get 3 more stops than them.
This is very true.
That time, and that's difficult. Forcadilla guarded by Rowe. The Central Coast teammates going against each other. Into Courtney West. Kicks back out to Forcadilla. She'll look for the 3, but instead it'll go into Nicholson in the paint. And Nicholson really looking to take over here.
I like that look for the Aces there where the ball's out of Nicholson's hands, so she's able to find a way to get open, and
the foul will come early on Forcadilla there.
Yeah.
Yes. Referee just pointing to Jazz. Yep, that was you.
She certainly was.
But only the first on the former St. Mary's Gale. 2 of those on the team, Nicholson and Forcadilla. Both spent time over at St. Mary's, along with
St. Australians.
a lot of other Australian players.
Yeah. A rare miss there from the line for Schwagmeyer as Ace has come up with the ball, and it's a...
Forcadilla almost gets it within 1, but the ball will end up going the Mystics' way. Aces just can't quite get those final couple of points.
That's
to tie
right.
the game up.
That's right. But they're able to get a few stops, and it's all about the scoreboard pressure, Lockie, of keeping close.
And here we go. Jazz, Forcadilla, and one opportunity coming.
And the Aces really like that.
The bench is up and about.
And Lockie, we could be back to 1 point.
We could, and when we think of how the blistering start for the Mystics, and we said you don't have to get all the points in one go when you're down by 9 after a quarter. And here we are, it's within 1, and it'll be Kalea subbing in for Danica Rowe.
And look, the Aces, they've just really hung in there and just ground their way back and find themselves only 1 point down.
And I think we'll see here, Kalea probably better at keeping Forcadilla in front of her on defence. Might be a bit of a match-up sub there.
A foul there on Cherie Kalea, her second foul.
And if the Mystics will want to watch out here, they've already given up 3 fouls. They won't want to be in the bonus, especially when we come into the Elam ending.
No, that's a very good point there.
Especially with the Aces here looking for the lead. Tompkins' shot is off and McLean not quite able to chase it down. But the Aces have only committed 1 foul at this point. So Mystics looking to edge that lead back out to something more comfortable. It's getting a bit chilly here in Brighton Stadium, but the action is heating up.
It really is.
White can't quite get it to fall. McLean looking for an outlet, decides she's the best option. Forcadilla guarded by Kalea. Steps through, instead finds Tompkins. Looks around, instead buries the 3, and the Mystics have the lead. And the Mystics will want to talk this over.
Unbelievable. And miraculously, the Aces are back in front.
Wow.
And
it's been a 23-minute slog, chipping away at that margin. And now they do finally have the lead.
And look, credit where credit's due, Lockie, because the Aces have really brought it back here, and you know, plenty to play for here today. It's not just the spot in the grand final, but also the prize money that's on offer in this tournament.
It's a guaranteed. Was it $5,000 for the runner-up? So
yeah.
Even if you don't get the win tomorrow, you still got cash in your pocket at the end of Sunday if you win this game.
Yeah, and of course, 10 grand for the winning team. So plenty to play for here, and to make the inaugural Shelley Gorman Invitational Grand Final.
And here's hoping it is an inaugural and not a one-off. I would love to be back here.
Absolutely.
Every February or January or February before Waratah League season.
Absolutely.
As Kate Seabom looks to get the Mystics offense humming again. Kalea defended by Forcadilla. She'll get a little bit of space, but Forcadilla just pokes her hand in there and disrupts it. The ball gets it out of bounds.
Look, the momentum's definitely back with the Aces here, and they've got a bit more of a spring in their step and getting the deflections here and trying to win the ball back.
Kalea, and that will be a foul. Still, just a hand in there. Foul on Courtney West. Only her second, so no one really too perturbed by that. Schwagmeyer looking to take over as she did in the first quarter. Defended by Nicholson. Curtin setting the screen, but a really hard show by Tompkins. I think that's something they've adjusted. Seabomb pulls up. Can't get it to fall, and shots just really not falling for the Mystics.
No, they really have dried up. And they'll need to find a way to try and get some points on the board, that's for sure, Lockie.
Cassidy McLean, what can she do here? Calls for a screen, but West has been posting up. Nicholson with the shot clock running down.
Oh, of course.
That's a St. Mary's special. Forcadilla and Nicholson, they can both get those layups from weird angles with the right hand. It's Curtin. Again, just not falling. And I think the Mystics are going to want to run something here rather than settling for those early shots.
That's right. Well, I mean, they're not wrong, Lockie, because Schwagmeyer and Curtin have had majority of the points this game.
Oh,
and count the basket, and Courtney West will head to the line. And what a swing and turn this has been, that it's the Aces are now up by 6 points. But look, Schwagmeyer and Curtin have done most of the damage for the Mystics here, so they've dried up now. So other players are going to have to stand up and try and get some points on the board.
Definitely. They've got, I know Kate Seabomb's noted as a defensive weapon, but she can certainly score, as can Kalea. Do they throw someone
got to shoot
at
it.
them? Do they throw a Lauren Walker out there or someone like that? Just someone different who might be able to spark something.
They're going to do something, that's for sure. And we'll have a timeout to talk it over, of course.
We're going to go to a quick break. Probably the last stoppage before the Elam ending's instituted. We'll join you for the thrilling conclusion to this contest.
Oh, these new hoist recliners are pretty comfy, hey.
Yeah, I feel like I'm floating on a cloud.
I feel like I'm resting my feet on a panda's belly.
I feel like I am a panda's belly.
I feel like an alien swaddled in a blanket.
I feel like I'm being held by King Kong's leathery hand.
Well, I feel like the song More Than a Feeling was written about this feeling that I'm feeling right now.
Same.
Extra comfy recliners are the new normal at Hoyts. Book now.
So back for the final 28 seconds or so before the Elam ending is instituted. And it's the Aces, having trailed for the vast majority of this contest, now up by 7 and in the box seat.
They absolutely are. And look, they'll want to, the Mystics here will want to try and get some quick points on the board, and before this clock gets turned off at 3, or as close to 3. And I guess we asked the question in the last game, is it a strategy of the Aces that once the clock does hit 3 that they want to try and get the clock turned off as quick as possible, so that it's then implemented, so they can get their 7 points as quick as possible?
100%. You mean you don't want the last score before the Elam ending to be the opposition cutting it to 5. You want it to be you pulling it out to 9 or 10.
Absolutely.
Forgadilla finds Tompkins in the corner.
Oh.
And it doesn't quite go, and the Mystics will have the chance to cut this margin. Schwagmeyer going again. And again, it just doesn't quite fall.
Of course.
Nicholson out and running.
We will keep playing here until there is a dead ball, and then that's when the clock will turn off and run.
There we go. Tommy Garlip out hit the whiteboard with the texter. And we are playing to 63. 63 is the target score, with the score 56-49 in the Aces' favour.
So there is no such thing as fouling to stop the clock. It is just fair game here. First team to 63 points.
2 closer for the Mystics.
I mean, that's the kind of ideal first if you're down.
Oh, watch out. Schwagmeyer out and running after picking off Cass McLean. And suddenly it's back within 3. Need to settle here, the Aces. Get a good shot.
Look, that's an ideal way once the clock stops to get 2 quick scores on the board, and we're back to within 4 points, and so 3-point lead. And
Schwagmeyer again, not quite, but can Danica Rowe get the rebound? She can, and here's for a tied game, but it's missed everyone. And Olivia White saving it, but only...
They want to push here. They've got a bit of an advantage. So Nicholson for 3. Oh, it looked good.
Really looked good, and it will stay with the Mystics after it's just poked out of Courtney West's hands by Schwagmeyer. And it just looks like the Aces, they've clammed up a bit, you know, the idea of getting 3 baskets is sort of getting to them.
Absolutely, but look, the Mystics are within 1 basket themselves now, so they've just got to get some points on the board. They've got to get the ball in here.
Definitely.
Oh dear.
And that will be over and back.
Things just aren't going the way of the Aces just at this point, but they're still up here, and we play until there's either team gets to 63 points.
Big thanks to Professor Elam from Ball State University for coming up with the Elam ending. If there's any Ball State fans out there, it's your man who's got us playing this way tonight. And the Aces with the chance to get within 4 or 5 of the target score here. Or even 3 if there's an and 1 on a 3-point shot. Nicholson, guarded by Schwagmeyer and Curtin. They bring 2. Focadilla shoots. 3 won't fall. Nicholson with the rebound. Tompkins passes up the 3 to find West.
The Aces literally just... count the bucket!
Tompkins, veteran leadership from the former WNBL star.
And the Aces are just working the ball around. It's not that no one wants to shoot it. They're just wanting to get an absolute certain basket, right? And for that, they got an and 1 play. And
how many times can you up fake drive in mid-range until you end up with a and 1?
Tompkins just rattles it on home.
And it's now, they're now within 4 points. 59.
Basically, it's a, you know, the Mystics need to go on a 10-4 run here to...
Here we go, Courtney West finds Nicholson out in running. Nicholson just finds a little bit of, finds a little bit of room and gets the basket. And now they're within a single shot here.
And what a game we've had, Lockie. I think earlier in the game, we thought that the Mystics might have had a cruisier finish to the game, but the Aces are hung tough and within 2 points of victory.
They are indeed. And we saw the previous semi-final end with Alex Delaney knocking down free throws, which is a possibility, of course, as Schwagmeyer goes to the floor, but Sinead Greaves gets the ball from the inbounds play, and here's Seabon with 10 on the shot clock. Schwagmeyer, defended by Tompkins. Schwagmeyer can't get the roll, and here come the Aces with the opportunity to finish it off. Bogadilla guarded by Rowe. Tompkins. Nicholson cutting. Will kick back to Michaela Tompkins. This one for the game. We can't go. And Greaves grabs the rebound to keep the Mystics in it.
The Mystics live to see another possession.
They do indeed. And here's Abby Curtin, guarded by Tompkins. Schwagmeyer and...
Offensive foul, and that 3-point shot will not count.
Offensive foul there. And floor wipers come out. And of course, if that had not been an offensive foul, that would have been free throws for the Aces. It's McLean up court now. Finds Domkins. Into Nicholson. Domkins goes to the rack. And it's turnover. Danica Rowe. Seabomb in the corner. Grief setting up. Uses all of her experience.
Tough move there.
And they're still alive, the Mystics. Now 61-55. Here comes Nicholson. Earns the foul. And the reliable free throw shooter will go to the line to potentially put this game away.
And it's a second time we'll get it from the free throw line, Lockie.
I'm sure the fans here, the neutrals, would prefer although I'm not sure there are any neutrals considering it's all family and friends, but I'm sure any neutrals out there watching would prefer an open play basket. But Nicholson's just here to get the game over and done with, and if this shot goes, it will be victory for the Aces. And down it goes. Nicholson, reliable as ever from the free throw line, finishes it off. It's a 63-55 win for the Aces, and they'll play in the grand final tomorrow against the Storm.
They will.
I've been Lockie France.
And Rachel Herrick here, and we look forward to bringing you the grand final tomorrow from 12 p.m. midday.